Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're totally unlocking your everyday financial transactions with Redstone Federal Credit Union. Let's get right into it. Let me ask you this. Ever struggled to transfer money quickly, only to be stopped because you don't know your routing number? Man, it is incredibly frustrating to have your finances completely stalled over a simple 9-digit code. Well, stay tuned because we're uncovering the easiest steps to find it with Redstone Federal, saving you time and effort today. Real quick, here's our roadmap for today. We'll do a quick introduction to routing numbers, go over exactly where to find yours, cover some common scenarios and FAQs, touch on a few practical tips and warnings, and finally, share some resources and our final disclaimer. All right, let's dive right in with Section 1, Introduction to Routing Numbers, the key to your financial transactions. Before we actually find your specific number, it kind of helps to know what this thing is actually doing behind the scenes. So here's a quick, fascinating piece of financial history for you. The ABA routing transit number is a unique 9-digit code that was created way back in 1910 by the American Bankers Association. Its whole purpose? To uniquely identify U.S. financial institutions during the clearing and settlement of funds. You can basically think of it like the zip code for your money. It literally tells the whole financial system exactly which bank or credit union should be receiving or sending your funds. And this is exactly why you can't just rely on your standard account number. You absolutely need your routing number for things like setting up direct deposits. That's huge for Redstone members, right? Especially when you're dealing with military allotments through systems like MyPay for active duty personnel or defense contractors. You're also going to need it for sending and receiving wire transfers, scheduling out those monthly automatic bill payments, and of course, getting those IRS tax refunds processed directly into your account. No routing number, no automated money. It's really that simple. Moving right along to Section 2, Where to Find Your Routing Number, featuring 4 easy methods for Redstone members. Okay, let's just cut to the chase and give you the key right now. It's 262-275-835. That is Redstone Federal Credit Union's official 9-digit routing number. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates how straightforward Redstone makes things. Unlike some of those massive national banks that have totally different routing numbers for every single state they operate in, Redstone uses this exact same number for all of its members across all 24 branches for standard electronic transfers. Talk about keeping it simple, right? But hey, how do you verify this for yourself? Well, method 1 is the classic approach. Just grab a physical Redstone check and look down at the bottom left corner. There's a string of numbers printed there in special magnetic ink, which is called a MICAR line. The very first 9 digits on the far left of that line, that's your routing number. It's usually bracketed by a specific little symbol and sits right before your actual personal account number and the check number. Now, if you're more into digital banking, method 2 is definitely for you. Just log into Redstone Online Banking on your computer, navigate over to your checking or savings account dashboard, and simply click on Account Details. Boom. Your routing number will be sitting right there, right next to your account number. Super easy. Method 3 is perfect for when you're on the go. Open up the highly rated Redstone mobile app, tap on your specific account from the main dashboard, and you'll easily spot your routing number right under the Account Information tab. It literally takes about 5 seconds to pull up once you're logged in. And finally, method 4. Look, if you get locked out of your app, or maybe you just prefer speaking to an actual human being, you can simply call Redstone customer service at 800-234-1234. Or just walk right into one of their 24 local branches in the Tennessee Valley area. Their team can easily and quickly confirm the routing number for you in person. So, finding the number is a breeze, but knowing exactly how to use it can sometimes trip people up. Let's look at Section 3, Common Scenarios and FAQs. Understanding transaction types. A major source of confusion for a lot of consumers out there is the difference between an ACH transfer and a wire transfer. So ACH transfers are your standard electronic payments, think direct deposits or your everyday bill pay. These usually take about 1 to 3 days to process and are almost always free. Wire transfers, on the other hand, zip directly between banks, often on the exact same day. But because of that speed, they do carry a fee, typically around $25 to $50. So you really only want to use those for urgent, high-value needs. Now here is the really great news for Redstone members. For domestic transactions, you're going to use that exact same routing number we just talked about, 262-275-835, for both ACH and domestic wires. Easy peasy.
Knowing how to move your money around is empowering, for sure, but we absolutely have to talk about protection. Let's shift gears to Section 4, Practical Tips and Warnings, Keeping Your Financial Information Safe. While knowing how to transfer your funds is great, security is absolutely paramount. You need to understand that routing numbers are, technically speaking, public information. I mean, we literally just broadcasted it here, right? But your account number? That is fiercely private. Think of the routing number as the street address of your bank, and your account number as the literal key to your specific vault. You should never, ever share both of those numbers together with unverified individuals or websites. Always be on high alert for phishing emails or texts asking you to randomly confirm your banking details. And make it a habit to regularly monitor your electronic statements right there in the Redstone app so you can catch any unauthorized transactions early on.
To wrap things up today, let's head into Section 5, Resources and Final Disclaimer, where to go for additional verification.
Just in case you ever need to verify this information independently in the future, you don't just have to take my word for it. You can actually use the Federal Reserve e-payments routing directory, which is a totally free public database. You can also use the American Bankers Association online lookup tool, or if you want to keep it in-house, you can simply check the contact page on the official Redstone FCU website. And as we close out, I do need to share this quick mandatory note. This explainer is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult with a qualified banking professional for personalized guidance on your financial transactions. Information provided here is specific to Redstone Federal's current processes and may be subject to change.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. Now that you have the exact 9-digit key to finally unlock your transfers, direct deposits, and wire payments without any more of those frustrating delays, I want to leave you with this question. What financial goal will you fund first? Whether it's building up a high-yield savings account or finally setting up that automated investment portfolio, you now have the tools to make it happen smoothly. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy banking!